Hello everyone. I'm just using my selfie stick to hold my phone up. It's so much easier. Makes your arm ache less, I'll tell you. It's definitely a must-have on holiday. You can take the best pictures of all the scenery in the background. It's brilliant. It's really cool. Oh. Now I thought I'd just do a little recap on obviously yesterday's game. A good result. I think it was a good performance. It was much more positive than what we've seen. So you have to give credit where credit's due. I always think it's a difficult one, especially in the internet world and everything. And maybe I get a bit emotional, carried away, but we are fans. We are meant to get emotional. But if I'm honest, I think if I've got something to be positive about, I will be positive about it. But if I'm honest, if we're all honest, we haven't had a lot to be positive about with Man United. I mean, if we look at it, I was very positive at the start of the transfer window. Like I've told you, with the first two signings, it was a good start, and then things seemed to be a bit derailed, and we again gone into a season short with no midfielders. So, this is the whole situation, isn't it? So be positive when there's a reason to be, and negative when there's a reason to be. I get the whole kind of, maybe too negative, too positive. I don't know. I think I see it as it is, and if it is, it is, and if it isn't, it isn't. I mean, this is the situation. But God, I mean, seeing the Lemons, the goalkeeper, seeing him yesterday, it was like a breath of fresh air. But the thing is, because of how bad we have been, obviously are, and the two of the worst goalkeepers, I think they're probably two of the worst goalkeepers we've had. They couldn't save for Toffee, and they couldn't come and claim crosses. They had no authority about them. They were scared little mice in the goal. You know what I mean? Ronaldo's a clown, but there you go. It's seeing him just command his box, coming and catching balls, just looking confident, pushing players out of the way when it's a corner, not being scared, and I'm not saying he won't make mistakes, because I'm sure and of course he'll concede goals, but he does look a good solid goalkeeper. I won't overpraise him, and I won't say, what I mean, but I think he's good, and he's very young, so it's a good touch wood, maybe I've got wood to find some, maybe our next De Gea, you never know. But I don't want to build people up too much. I think that's the problem, build them up and break them down. I think he's a positive. He's definitely going to help us. Having a competent goalkeeper, an organised defence made a big difference. Now, and I thought we played well, and it's great to see Sesko scoring. Sesko, everyone's been, it's just the media, isn't it? And they'll give Liverpool players a chance like that, Florian Wirtz, but they'll slag off Sesko. Oh, he's not scored in 6 games and all this. Well, have you seen the team? We don't feed our strikers. We don't. And, with Højlund, I think it's good he's doing well. There's less pressure on him. But I think just his movement, Sesko's movement, he's good on the ball. He gets into those positions. He's a proper striker, goal threat. And he's great, and it's made, this awful team, now we don't feed strikers, he's done really well. So you can't just keep criticising strikers, you've got to look at the whole team, Same with defence and the attack. I always feel it's the link with midfield, the defence and the attack. If the midfield shit, it really hinders the attack and it really hinders the offence. The midfield is the middle, it's key to protection of the front and back. This is it. Do you know what I mean? So it's not rocket science, is it? But there was a lot of positives to take. Now, I've got to look at the big picture and the reality of it. It was Sunderland. I expected us to win. I didn't, to be honest, I expected us to win, but I thought it'd be a bit of a ugly, horrible. I think we won in a better way than I thought we would win. It wasn't perfect, no, but we won in a better way. We kept a clean sheet, which is amazing. I can't remember when we last did that. So that is good. Now we've got Liverpool round the corner. And of course, I got a little bit carried away last night. I thought, Liverpool, is there a chink in the armour? They're looking a bit shite at the moment. Obviously, 3 games they've lost in a row. Yet we can't win 2. Do you know what I mean? So that's why, Amra's getting the criticism he deserves, to be fair, not since last November. So you can't sugarcoat it, can you? But, if we look at it, Liverpool, there's a bit of a chink in the armour. They're not flawless, they're not perfect. good opportunity for Man United. But the reality of it is, are we going to get a bloody nose and a slap in the face next weekend? Is the reality, back to life, back to reality, going to hit us? You know what I mean? That's why I enjoy the wins when I get them, but I never get too carried away. I felt a lot of positive from this win because it was good. It just felt good. It wasn't like, oh, they were down to 10 men. It just felt a good win, a good solid win. But it is Sunderland. They've just come up. But it you know, it is what it is. We won, and that's good. And it was a good performance. I've got to take something from it, you know. Liverpool round the corner. Is it going to be a slap in the face? Back down to reality. We'll soon see. Problem is, Liverpool have lost a lot of games. They're going to be at Anfield. They're going to be against us. They're going to be like a wounded animal. They're going to be riled up. Now, and the problem with us is our mentality. It's terrible. It's so weak. It's really awful. And you know, with the manager, this is what I say. Even though I don't think, this is why I've still got doubts over Amron. He has to. It's not about not giving him a chance. He has to show me he deserves a chance. I said to you, if he goes on a 15 game or a really long stretch of not losing, and we look good. If we were to lose the odd one, like say we lost to Liverpool, it was a 2-1 or a 1-0, but we played really well. I accept they're better than us, so I can take something from it and think, well, it wasn't awful. If we catastrophise against Liverpool, it's a 3-0, 3-1, and we just get blown to pieces, then, you know, it's back to the same old rubbish. Getting found out again, the mentality, heads dropping. You know, and it doesn't help with the manager. His body language is a big thing for me. You know, he's on the touchline. Must have knees of steel the way he squats on that touchline, I tell you. But, you know, his head in his hands. He can't watch penalties. I mean, if I'm a player, I don't know. I don't know what it does to me mentally. The team's mentally fragile anyway. Do you know what I mean? This is why I've still got big, and I will have big major doubt. Just because we beat Sunderland and it was good. You know, I don't put it all down to Amron, to be fair. He might have got a few things right. But, you know, I don't know. I don't trust the guy still. He's got a lot to prove. You know what I mean? He's got a lot to prove, and it's up to him. I think he's going to get more time. You know, we'll have to, like I said, I thought he should have gone, I think, a long time ago. But he's going to get more time. We're going to have to see how the next few games go after Liverpool. It depends how we lose against Liverpool. If we don't lose, fair enough. And then, obviously, after Liverpool, it's Brighton. These are the teams, the Brentfords and the Brightons. Do you know, are we going to get smacked up against Brighton again? Because we always do. Don't know if that's Old Trafford. I mean, it doesn't really matter where it is. They're another team where we could get torn apart. But yeah, it's just... the problem I have with this manager is the treatment of his young players. Now, I don't know, I feel like him and Bruno have this love affair going on, Portuguese love affair, I don't know what it is, and Dallo. But I don't like the way Bruno slagged off Lenny Euro, and then Lenny Euro gets dropped for 2 games, and he brings him on later on, because Lenny Euro's been playing for us, and then you bring in Maguire, and then it's costing us. I can't believe, you know, he did that. So that's cost us a bit. Playing Luke Shaw, obviously. This is the thing, isn't it? But, you know, Lenny, I mean, I look at captains. I do not like Bruno being a captain, if I'm completely honest. Don't like him in the midfield. He needs to be a 10, or he doesn't play at all, for me. You're playing further forward, or we don't play at all. Take the captaincy off him. I would actually give the captaincy to a Lenny Euro. People might think he's too young. Maybe he is. I don't know. Or I just think give it to someone who's a bit calmer, a bit solid. No, he's a future captain in the making, that Euro, anyway. You know, I just think, you know, I don't know about Bruno. He's just too much of a head loss. He's got a big, strong personality, but I don't know. It's just him as captain. I'm not convinced at all, and I hate him anywhere near the midfield. And obviously, Kobbie Mainoo. I would have just loaned Kobbie Mainoo. I think we should have loaned him, especially with Amron, because he's just sitting there rotting on the bench now. He's a young player. Get him out on loan. You don't know what the future of Amron's going to be. None of us do, you know, the way it's been going. The thing is, if he benches Euro and he benches Mainoo, you know, our young, talented players, and he's winning matches and we're looking really good, I'm not going to sit here and slag the manager off. I'm going to say, well, I can't, you know, it's up to them to get in it. I can't say anything, do you know what I mean? Because you're doing a good job. You're winning football matches. The team's doing well. So for me, that's the main thing. You know, I'm not player of C, that's the main thing. But when you're losing week in, week out, looking like shite, and you know the way you're treating these young players, I don't like it. Man United's built up on youth. We've always had a academy player in our squad. You know what I mean? For however many years, it's been a continuous thing we've always done. And I think he's got to find a way. I think with Mainu to get into the team. Like I said, I'd prefer midfield three. We've got to sort out the midfield. It cannot continue. Like I said, with with Sunderland, you know, it was Sunderland, and we got away with a lot of things still. Even though we were good, we could get away with being a bit open in the midfield. But you know, we do that against top teams. We're going to get found out. So it's it's a catch-22, isn't it? Yeah, we'll have to see how it all goes. But you know, like I said, if there's something to be positive about, I'll be positive. It gave me a little bit of positivity, but I'm not getting, like I said, I'm going to be carried away. I'm just going to see how the next lot of games go, because we know what's around the corner could be a slap in the face. So let's see. But anyway, I hope for better things for us, whether it's with Amram, whether it's not with Amram. I'm definitely not against a manager like Glasner coming in. I think he could be good. I think he's quite intelligent. He could play to our strengths. I think he's a very flexible manager. People go on about he's a back three. I think he could play any system. And I'm not saying he's the greatest manager in the world. You know, I think Man United need someone who's competent. Even someone who's just competent as a manager, installs a bit of confidence, a bit of faith in the team. That's why I said even Michael Carrick. You know. But we'll have to see. Amram's not going anywhere just yet. Whether he'll do something mad, like I've said, it's up to him. But you know, it depends how the next lot of games go. I think obviously Liverpool. It depends. Like I said, if we don't lose to Liverpool, we do all right. Then fair enough. Then we got Brighton. You could do well against Liverpool, and then Brighton is a slap round the face, or you could just have a terrible game against Liverpool, where we just see. This is the problem. It's the international break before we play Liverpool. This is what we saw before. I think we won before. Then it was international break, and we came back, and we were cold, and then we just lose. You know, I don't know. Man United is like, we're bipolar. I don't know what we're going to get. I just don't know what we're going to get. But I think the goalkeeper is a positive. He's got to find his best team. He's got to sort out that midfield. But yeah, we'll see how it all pans out anyway. We'll soon see how it all pans out. Anyway, over and out. Take care. Bye.